across the board, Brown Eyed Girl by Van Morrison.
Oh God, yeah.
Most requested, least liked to play. It wasn't even close. It was a landslide.
Forget that song. I hate that song.
Drummers,
There's a really cool guitar video for that song, because most people, when you listen to it, you're just like, okay, see. But if you actually listen to play that, the way he plays it on guitar, it's a super tricky, it's an awesome guitar line. Because most people just strum that, right? But he's doing a bunch of stuff.
Everything by Van Morrison, I'm over. Everything by the Eagles. Oh my God, we were talking about the Eagles. No offense to anybody. I know that's such an iconic band that people love. But some dude was like, yeah, before I die, I would love to see the Eagles. And I was like, man, me and you are just different people, bro. Like, you couldn't pay me enough money. You couldn't pay me enough money to see the Eagles. Like, I cannot stand that band. I cannot stand their drummer. I don't care. I don't care.
To quote the Big Lebowski in the taxi cab, I hate the fucking Eagles, man.
Some people are tired of playing the Eagles songs.
Right.
I'll play them, but man, Hotel California is the worst song I've ever heard in my life. Get it out of my face.
Some people want to see the Eagles before they die. Some people want to die before they see the Eagles.
Exactly. People are going to probably hate me for being so negative about the Eagles, but man.
You can expect a call from a Glenn Fry's lawyer any day now.
I don't care, man. I cannot stand that kind of stuff, man. That kind of music is just not, it's just not me.
What about the Police?
Love the Police. One of my favorites.
Stewart knows how to hold it down.
Yeah.
No matter how many times you hear him, it's like it never gets old.
Hey, there you go.
Corey, the way you are about the Eagles is how I am about U2.
Oh, I'm the same about U2.
I can't freaking stand U2.
Thank you.
Bad how we have those bands that we're just like, oh God.
You guys were talking about the band,
music, and have it be as grooveless as possible.
Yeah, there's no soul, and every drum groove is 4 on the floor. It's just in toms.
Do you guys remember when they packaged the new U2 album with the new with the iPods that were coming out, and you just could not get rid of it?
I remember
it was just stuck on your iPod.
That's such a funny part of music history now, that everybody who has an Apple product got that U2 album for free, and
no
I
one
would love to know how many people were like, oh my God, offended that you put this, you gave me a free album. So many people were offended, and they were just like, get it out of my face.
It couldn't get rid of it. Could not have backfired more. This brilliant marketing idea, and everyone was so pissed at U2 about it.
That's I couldn't delete it out of my phone.
Now, I will admit,
by design.
I will admit in junior high school, I was a bit of a U2 fan, but I think that was more because Brandy Martin was a U2 fan. So,
Man, there aren't many bands where I'm like, oh, this is horrible. I normally have a bad attitude about modern new bands that my wife likes, indie bands or something, which is fine. I like some of them, but I normally just have a bad attitude where I'm like, this sucks.
I'm Neil Young. I can't. It's off. As soon as I hear that, I'm like, get that. It's good songwriting, but I can't listen to it. I can't listen to it.
His voice is rough, man.
I think it's funny that musicians have that thing. The bass player that I was playing with on that gig feels that way about Van Morrison. He's arrogant. He sucks. I hate him. And I'm like, man, so many people love him. And he's just I can't stand him. And then there's a band I was playing with that was they felt that strongly about Steely Dan. And we were offended, how dare you? And they were just oh, we hate Steely Dan. We hate everybody that listens to them. And I'm I guess I'm out of your band then, dude. Cause that's
It's funny how people get so, because I honestly don't ever admit that. The only reason I'm admitting it is because you guys you feel like you're going to get in shit, or people get mad at you because of music that you like people take it so personally, right?
Oh, it's great. I love it. I love the passion.
I'm just in shock, not in shock, but pleasantly surprised how polarizing adult contemporary rock is. I didn't know that genre would be so polarizing. It's crazy.
I'm actually gonna do few rehearsals, and then a performance. Steely Dan cover
Oh, really?
band. Yeah,
nice.
And they send a list. What do you want to do? I want to do all the Asia stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
you might as well
such a
just
great
try to
record,
do all
man.
of them.
Alive in America, Bodhisattva, Green Earrings.
Whatever
Asia.
whatever Bernard Purdy played on.
Oh,
But
my
you're very well,
gosh.
but what Dennis did on the live stuff too,
Oh yeah.
Dude, what Dennis did on Josie is so good.
and Gad on Asia on the studio.
Yeah,
recording.
on Asia. Yeah, you got to do that one. Dude, there's too many. That's the problem, you know?
I know.
Because some of their new stuff is like their newer stuff, like, you know, or their 90s stuff is great. Like 2000s, 90s. Like, man, the
Two Against Nature.
Two Against Nature, exactly. That album is amazing.
Oh
man.
yeah.
That's a band that
Wait,
knows.
was that a Fagan? That was a Fagan album. Was that a Steely Dan album or a Fagan album?
Steely Dan.
Steely Dan.
Oh, it was.
It was their first comeback after the 20-year hiatus.
Yeah, it's great stuff. Yeah.
That's a band that knows how to pick really great drummers.
Yeah.
All the drummers, even the like Keith Cartlock is the latest one, I think.
Keith,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keith
Jeff
and-
Porcaro.
yeah, Keith was in New York for 6 months before he was on that record. What an asshole. He moved there, and 6 months later, he was on that album. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, Keith is amazing, man. Great drummer. All right, guys. So I have a new warm up. It's easy, but there's like I don't know how many different sections to this. It gets more difficult as we go down, but they're all just different sticking variations. It's purely a warm up, though. It's not anything new that we'll have to like learn. Some stuff might be hard for us to get through, but it's mostly just pretty simple, basic 16th note stuff. So let me share it with you. Hope I'm not getting flagged with my music here. There. All right, so this is what's that dude's name? Oh man, I can't remember this dude's name. He's like a YouTuber.
Yeah,
Anyway,
this guy's good. I came across this.
Yeah, he's the one that does Study the Greats.
Yeah,
he's a really good teacher. Like this dude is very, very respectable and not faking that funk at all. Like he's for real. This was, a free downloadable thing on his website. Just had to give my email. So I hope it's cool that we're using this for our morning warm up. But, anyways, you guys can see these sticking here, one eanda on the right, two eanda on the left, and then you're doubling, or not doubling, but you're 3 eanda, 4 eanda, all right. Kind of like a stretched out paradiddle kind of. All right. So anyways, and then we'll just stick to that. We'll repeat that for a little while, for like a minute. We're not going to try to read this all the way down. But we will try to reach these goals here. So our goal is 100. We should be able to do that, no problem. But let's start at like 80. And then we'll just keep going down the line. So what is that? Oh yeah. See, like 3. Okay, never mind. Let's not look at 3 yet. Let's just look at the first one. All right, never mind. All right, so those are already playing our 16ths for us. Any questions? Everybody's good? Of course, you can spice it up with some ostinato action or however you want to. I'm just going to stick with my hands here. I'm going to use this one. All right, here we go. Nice full strokes. 2, ready, go. All right, a couple more. One more. All right, good. How's the tempo for everyone? Are we starting off too fast or are we good? All right, we're good. All right. I didn't set a timer, so let me see if I can do that too.
That was like what, 70, something like that?
That's 80.
80.
What am I looking for? Timer. There we go. Will that work? Yes. Okay, let's go to 90. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. Couple more. That's good. All right. I can't really see my timer, so here, let me see if I can fix that. All right, so now we're gonna go at 100. Oh, there we go. Yeah. All right, here we go. 1, 2, ready. Halfway. One more. Yay. Very cool. All right, so next one here. Oh man, this one's hard. Here we go. Yeah, so you guys can see the sticking here. It's in, now we're doing right, 3, 3, 3, 3, then 4. And then it switches 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, but we're still staying in 16th notes. So we're kind of doing that against 4. 3 strokes against our 4 notes. Everybody on board? Everybody know what we're doing? All right, good. We'll start a little slower on this one since it's a little difficult, more difficult. So we'll start at 70 so we can get the feel of this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right, so we'll start there. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Halfway there. Last one. Sorry, I kind of said last one in the middle of that. All right, cool. Let's go a little faster. I'm gonna go like.
This is another one of those where you can kind of feel the melody. As long as you're careful to not hit those to not accent where you feel the hands change.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you feel it like that, that's cool. Like you know, I kind of have to feel it like that too. But I'm trying to not hit those accents like you said, or I'm trying to not like play those groupings of 3 as triplets. Yeah, it's kind of weird, but all right, let's go. Here we go. That's 85. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. Hey. That email made me lose my metronome. 3 and a 4 and a. Last one. Man, that was messy. Okay, this is 95. I'm gonna do 2 more, so 95, and then we'll try to get 105. All right, here we go. 1, 2, ready, hey. Couple more. Man, I'm losing all my my screen, like my sorry. Oh god, where am I at? Oh boy. There we go. Yeah, my screens keep going dark and it keeps messing with me. All right. How do you fix that so that your iPhone never shuts down? Like you never goes black?
It's in the settings under display and brightness, and you've set it to sleep never.
Okay, let's see. Display and brightness. Got it. And let's see. Auto lock 30 seconds. No wonder.
Yeah, switch it to never.
Never. Okay. There we go. Now I'm in the money. All right, so that's 105. That's our goal here. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. 10 seconds. Last one. Yeah. A little sloppy on my end, but we handled that like champs. Where's my metronome, people? Oh my gosh. There we go. God. All right. Man, it must be Monday. How'd everybody do on that one? Good. Not too hard, but that tempo can be a little fast.
Yeah, it reminds me of this one I like that's like 3 on the right, 3 on the left, then 2 on the right, then 3 on the left, 3 on the right, 2 on the left. So like da 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 da.
Oh yeah. So 2 on the right, but then you're not doing like 2 on the left.
Right. It's so like right, left, 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 right, left, 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 right, left. And it's hard. It just shouldn't be, but it's a cool.
I have one like that. That's a flam Swiss triplet and then a flam tap. So Swiss triplet, Swiss triplet, flam tap, Swiss triplet, Swiss triplet.
Oh yeah.
Has that same feel.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like it should be easy, but it's tricky. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, let's do. I'm sure we will. We're not going to try to get through this whole page, but there's a lot. There's a ton of it on here, but we'll maybe look at this all week. So, all right. So this one is, this is one of those ones that's going to feel like a triplet, but right, left, left, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, left, right. No, right, left, left, left. So. But this one doesn't switch. This one is not alternating or doesn't switch to your.
This reminds me of the Shaughnessy exercise.
Yeah. So this is like if you're left-handed, if you're right-handed, this one is good to do as written. If you're left-handed, then you should maybe flip it. Whatever your weaker hand is, you should be doing those little ghost notes. So this is going to be a really hard one at 110, especially that. Yeah, especially that that Forianda is going to be difficult. So let's try this starting at 90. So yeah. All right, you guys ready? Everybody understand what we're doing here? It's just pretty self-explanatory, just looking at the sticking. Those accents might be a little funny, but let's try it. 1, 2, ready, A. $20 seconds. Couple more. Last one. Cool. All right. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Let's go. Whoops. Cancel. Okay, let's go again. 110 or 100. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Halfway there. Last couple here. One more. There we go. All right, this one is I like it. Really
Guys,
good.
I'll be right back. My son woke up early and needs me for a sec. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries. All right. Coffee 110 BPM. I like that whenever I'm looking for warm-ups, a lot of unless it's like a full-on marching warm-up, like a lot of these are like a lot of everybody's warm-ups are kind of like this, or just putting a few rudiments together. And so I like that it's a good way to get your hands moving and work on something specific. All right, here we go. 1, 2, ready, and I did it again. I don't think I set my alarm. Okay, a couple more. Last one. Very nice. So this would be a good one to turn around. So yeah, when we have more time, we can take these individually and work through them. Like we'll switch this one up. Do it like right hand lead, then left hand lead, then right hand lead, then left hand lead. Switch tempos. Let's do one more. Oh man, that tricky doubles one is hard. But let's do so 1 E and a 2 and a 3 and But this, so simple, obviously very, very simple, but our goal BPM is 175. So that's going to be like, yeah. It's going to be quite fast. So 175, let's start at, start at like 155. Woo! All right. Should we do there we go. All right, that's a good one. That's really good to force your hands to work the same both ways. You have to think on your feet to switch to your left. All right, so let's, anyone have any questions? Just keep track of the sticking. Right hand lead for this one, left hand lead. We're going to pretend there's a repeat here and a repeat here, and we'll keep it going. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, hey. Halfway there. Last couple here. Last one. Nice. All right, there's 165. 1, 2, ready. Hey. Halfway. Ten seconds. Last couple here. Woo! All right, so last one here. 175. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. Halfway there. Couple more. Last one. I like that one a lot. I like that one. I think we could go faster. Man, that'll get your hands working for sure. I'm gonna cut it there, but now Wednesday, let's go. We'll start with this one and then work our way down like a couple more down, you know. There's some cool, like we know this one, the paradiddle diddle, turn around, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle. This 5 one is really weird. There's one on here that's like, oh, this doubles one is good where you're playing some like you're accenting the first note of the doubles, and then yeah, there's a bunch of cool ones on here. There's a few that like messed me up. This funky flam flow one was really hard for me to like. I was like, wait a minute, I'm not hearing this. This is messing with me. I had to go like watch the video and be like, I'm not feeling this. I don't know why this is so weird for me. So anyways, some of these are gonna be like this flam tap one is cool. I like this. Let's see. Yeah, I like that. Some of these are ones that I would do by myself, and like I never really wrote them out. So I'm glad to find this. Swiss triplet one is cool. So I want to do a flamadiddle at the end, but he does like a single. Yeah. yeah. Anyways, we'll work through these later in the week. This one's really great. This is one that we were talking about a few weeks ago, with the displacing the accent on triplets. I think Jeffrey posted that in the chat.
Yeah, Jeff was talking about that.
Yeah, so that's cool. And then we have a paradiddle displacement thing. So yeah, any of these will be good, but we'll start with this. The one that we did Wednesday, we'll try to start with, where is it? This one. We'll try to start here and then work our way down. All right. So nice job. I know it was an easy one today for some of you guys. I don't know if you guys come on, man, this is too easy. But like, I hope not. Like, yeah, I know it's it's compared to some of the stuff that we normally do, this is like a pretty easy warm up, but I like the tempos. I like the goal tempos too. I feel like when you have a manageable, I don't know, like, what am I trying to say? A manageable like goal, tempo goal. I hate when guys are like, so if you're like an advanced drummer, your tempo should be 250 BPM. It's like, oh my God, like, sometimes I'm just like, I'll forget it. There's no chance, or they'll just demonstrate it like ridiculous. I don't really like that, but I feel like this is like reasonable tempo goals, and it makes me feel like I'm accomplishing something, so it's good stuff. Hey, what happened to Jason?
Oh, he said he had to fly in the chat. He had to go.
Okay. I was like, hope he's not like, this is too hard for me, I'm out. That's always in the back of my head, like in the back of my mind, like, what's the vibe like? So yeah, anyways, I really like these warm-ups. These are cool. They're easy, they're manageable, they get me working in the morning. I'm not like, doesn't involve our kick drum at all, but we can maybe spice them up with some different things. So have you guys seen there's it just popped up on Instagram and I signed up for it, and it's actually pretty good. Well, it's kind of good. Okay, so it's called Drum Tracks. It's like a online drum lesson thing, but it's like a bunch of like gospel chop drummers version of like Drumeo or like Mike Johnston or something. It's pretty good, but there is no sheet music. I haven't found one lesson that has sheet music that goes along with it. Are you talking to us, Daryl? I mean, Dave? You're muted.
No, I'm talking to my son. Sorry.
Oh, okay. It's pretty good. There's what I like about it is there's like it's definitely catering to those like the shed kind of community. So there's like a lot of like, chop lessons, like different combo lessons. And then I think that like most of these guys that I've seen that do that kind of drumming aren't really keen on like counting or what notation's being used, like what subdivision's being used. These guys at least are doing that. So there is no accompanying sheet music, but it is like, so on this one, we're going to use like, this notation. It's like pretty good on that. But it is a fun app. It's like, for what it is, there's like a lot of like play alongs and a lot of like you're shedding with the other guy. And like, it's stuff like that where it's cool. It's like a different version, different platform for drum lessons. And they're really good about like doing like some beginner sheds and teaching you how to do that. And then like beginner, like, stuff. But there's with those kind of things, there's always like a gap of like, all right, so we're going to try this real slow first. And then they're like, that doon 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 doon, and then it's like the next part is like, like ridiculous. So it's pretty good though.
And that kind of brought up this is a question that I had in my head after watching your live feed. Kind of goes along with that. Well, there's a couple questions. I just want to hear what you guys do. Mainly when I play, like, I mean, I practice all the rudiments and stuff like that, but I, for the most part, just kind of feel it. Like watching you threw in some cool little flavor on top of your grooves. And I was just wondering, one, do you can anybody here just walk in and sight read music, like not playing anything? Just go, okay, give me the music and I'll play the whole gig. Or
I definitely cannot do that.
Okay, do you create charts for that stuff?
Not on drums.
And then also, yeah, like I never really sit back and like I'll play and then I do some, like if people people especially that don't play drums probably look at me and go, man, that's pretty crazy stuff. But like,
yeah,
I can't do a drum line like any of my music that I have. I can't sit back and say, yeah, here I do a parallel into a inverted flam, and then we're gonna do like I just be like, well, I don't know, there's a fill there.
I'm gonna share something here. Keep talking though, but I'm gonna share you like my typical.
Because I do chart, like if I have to learn a song, I will count out the bars and kind of give my own. Like I'm probably the only one that can make sense of it.
Yeah.
But then, like, yeah, I mean, there's some fills where it's like, okay, I want to like, okay, so say one, right, left, kick. I know when I'm gonna do that, but I mean, any like I don't know what to like. If I'm like. Like I'm just making.
You're not gonna write that out, right?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing there. Like it sounds cool, but I don't know what I'm doing. Like,
For me, Daryl, I think it's kind of like language. You know what I mean? Where it's like the more you talk, and the more, especially if you talk among the same group of people, you find that you start to. Your word choice is kind of affected by what's going on around you. And the more you play with the same group of people, the more you're kind of like, okay, well, I know what someone else might do. So you kind of automatically fill that space in your own mental space, or that's how I see it anyway, especially kind of coming from the world of a horn player, where you just kind of wait for, you have your, sections where you're part of the background, and then you have your sections where you say, okay, it's my turn to speak. And you kind of, you let that kind of sit on top of the groove that you're already doing, as opposed to like, okay, well, I'm gonna create this here, and this is going to be separate from everything else. It's just kind of a rise in your presence versus where you are in the ensemble.
Yeah, so it's very musical. Yeah, because sometimes I just feel like I've been playing for a while, but theory wise I just feel so behind, and like to explain, like it's just more I'm just talking. Exactly. So like that's where like Corey, you impressed me. You seem like you can play, and I'm sure other guys, I just haven't heard them play a lot of different fields. Like when you play jazz, you're good at jazz. When you play blues,
I wouldn't go that far, but okay.
Well, I mean, you could fake it real good then. Like for me, like shuffles and stuff like that. Like what you're talking about, Sam. Like that's not me talking yet. I'm thinking about, okay, just please keep this train on the tracks, kind of deal.
Right.
So for me, it depends on the gig. Like the gig that I was live streaming, that's all on the fly. There's no charts whatsoever. There's not even a set list. It's just kind of like somebody, like the leader guy, like, or whoever is, there's two singers on that gig, and then whoever's singing the next song is kind of going around to the band going like, hey, I'm going to pull out, Superstition. And then we're like, okay, cool. And so I'm already thinking about the tempo, how it's, and I'm trying to keep the dance floor full. So I'm like thinking about the transition into that, you know what I mean? So that's different, but I wanted to share this. This is one of my, okay. I either do it like that. If I have a session, I normally do what I'm going to show you. And then if it's like more full on, like I don't want to learn a song, then I'll write a chart, but I very rarely write a chart. Like a full chart. It's like a full transcription of a song. I rarely do that unless it's like the gig calls for that. So this is one of my students is learning the song Tighten Up by the Black Keys. And we wrote out a roadmap kind of chart like this. So I'll have them write out the whole song, like the order of everything, intro, verse, chorus, whatever, however they want to write it. This is only for like me. This isn't something that would be given to the drummer. But when I have a session, this is normally what I'll do to roadmap the song and kind of write out, like on the intro, this is what I'm playing on the beat I'm playing. On the verse, that's the groove I'm playing. you know, and I'll just write little notes like this, like last bar, you know, like play that. I know that's probably janky to a lot of guys, but like, dude, you'll be surprised at how much that gets you through a song. And you know,
yeah, that's kind of a little bit more of what I'm used to for myself too.
Yeah, I do a very similar thing where it looks very similar to that, and it's just like roadmap and what my parts are,
exactly,
and like tempo markings if it's to a click and stuff. But it's funny we're talking about this. Do you guys know who Joe Bergamini is?
No.
I don't really either, but I'm Facebook friends with him. But he just put out a book through Hudson Music, and it's called something about it's a book on like how to make those kinds of cheat sheet drum charts and like different methods to do it. So I pre-ordered it. I just think it looks interesting because Corey, what you have, I do a version of that too, and it works for me, and also probably wouldn't make sense to anybody else.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so, you know, often like if like I'm getting hired on a session, right, and like time is money, you know, they want you to come in and lay down your stuff. Yes, you can transcribe a whole chart, but that might not be what the artist is looking for. So if it's my interpretation, it's like I'm going to write out what I think I should play, but that might not. I've done that before. So most of the time I'll write what that kind of roadmap type of thing. So at least I know the order of the songs, and then when I get to the session, we're talking through the song, I'll write like, oh, okay, so you want more of like this, write it out. Boom, and then I'm just like going down the list and playing my stuff, you know, and it just like keeps it really quickly so that we're not wasting time and wasting money, you know.
For me, it's like
it helps too is
go ahead.
My click track is attached to my PDF of my chart. So if I turn the page to a new chart, the tempo changes in my ears if we're using
Ooh, I haven't gone that far.
And that's cool because like then sometimes on those type of gigs you don't have time to sit and like figure out, you know, like what's the perfect tempo for the song. It just starts automatically, which is super helpful.
That's awesome.
Fourscore? What do you use?
Yeah, Fourscore.
Fourscore is the way to go, man.
I was scrolling through YouTube and I saw the Steve Gadd's band doing a jazz festival, and Steve would announce the tune and then he'd take an earphone, like an Apple earphone, he put it in his ear for like just a few seconds, and he had to been just
it's just a
metronome for the tempo that he wanted for that tune, and then he just counted off and they start playing. But I do a roadmap kind of too, like I wanted to play that Bodhisattva, that Steely tune, and I knew that I listened to the song all the time, but I never really knew where the breaks are. So I do something like this. I don't know if you can see it, and it's the number of measures, and then where it stops, and then the kind of fill, those triplets here. And so that's a form of the tune, and that's what I'm going to play. And as long as the band plays the arrangement that way, which I'll check it out, I'll know where I am, you know.
It's all about putting yourself in the right headspace. It's all about, you know, like whatever gets you to the point where you are thinking the way that you're thinking when you're practicing. Right. So when you're playing the tune, whatever, you know, aspects of that feeling of that muscle memory that'll activate that, whatever you can put in that chart, that's what you need. Whatever puts you in the right, you know, the right headspace.
Well, so I'm not guessing at what's coming
exactly,
where it's stopping, or where the fills are and stuff like that. Yeah.
So that's the thing for me, like on the gig that I was that you guys were talking about, that is not like that. It's and it's not like the same every time. So, you know, they'll call solos on the fly, or, you know, they'll point to piano and like it's go, you know. But anyways, for me, it's getting in the right headspace first, thinking about how that song feels, you know, and then trying to execute that, and then thinking about that before, like quickly, so that I can keep the dance floor full. So there's not really like more than a few seconds in between songs, or we're just tying them right together. And I have to kind of fall into, how does this song feel, play it correctly, you know, as close as I can, but keep the energy up and all that stuff, you know. So
I think that also people like hyper develop the strength that they have to compensate for a weakness. So for me, like, I do chart out a lot of stuff, and I sometimes feel it's almost a crutch because it's really easy for me to do, and I can always just look at it, and it's really hard for me to memorize music. I've never been good at that, and I know some people are so opposite. A guitar player I used to play with couldn't read a single note, but he had an unbelievable ear, and he could hear something once or twice, and he knew it forever. Right. And I've always been the opposite, but it's just because, like, having those types of charts in my iPad, it's all there all the time, and I can always just reference it, you know?
I find myself, so I'm the opposite. I've never been a reader all my whole life until like probably the last. I've played in like big bands and stuff where I've had to read charts down, but especially like for this whole chops and coffee thing has really improved my reading. But anyways, I'm always like, hey, just let me hear it. You know, I'll just learn it. You know, like, and I can hear a song a couple times and be good, or just know the feel of it. But you know, I don't know, man. It's for me, like I'm always amazed at drummers like Mike Dawson is one that like he's told me before that he has to read it. Like, just give me a chart and then I'll play it. But it's, you know, and some of my friends like Phil, a dude I'm always talking about, is kind of like that. And so now I'm finding myself like, I don't know, man, I'd have to write it out and see, like, you know, like look at it instead of like just try to play it, you know. So
they both have benefits.
I'm sorry, I want to play it without reading it, but I got to write it out first to know where it is, and then I can not kind of memorize, but kind of feel it, kind of get in the headspace. To your point, but if I don't do the chart and I don't know where those breaks are, where those fills are, what the form is, because and like that, I won't get there, and I have to do it that way.
That's a good point. When I do have to memorize something, I still chart it first, because I think I have more of a visual memory than a hearing memory. So like I'll picture the chart in my mind when I'm playing it. Sometimes it's kind of weird.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's so different. It's so two different worlds for me. It's like reading it and playing it versus just playing the feel of it it's like two different, like almost completely different instruments, you know. For me, it's so different, so weird.
Whatever stops you from being caught off guard, I think. It's whatever, you know, whatever makes you feel able to roll with the punches. Some people are like, oh man, as long as I got the chart, I got whatever I need, you know. I know how to catch it, I know where to put it back. Some people are like, I've listened to this song 30 times, I know exactly where it is at any point. And so whatever makes you feel like you know where you are and you're in control of your aspect of the song.
Right. They all have benefits. Both worlds has benefits, I think. I don't think one is better than the other. I started off not reading, and then I'm getting into reading because it benefits me. There's not, and it doesn't do anything else other than that. Even like reading a little bit of rudimentary melodic instruments, things like that. I've done like Broadway showcases, off Broadway showcases, where all they give me is like either a bass sheet or a lead sheet, and you got to go off of that. And you know, Broadway tunes are like, you got to be tight with that. But they're like, that's what we got. So I'm following that stuff, you know, just rudimentary, and it helps. You can know the songs, but you got to know where the cuts are and things like that. But like I said, yeah, it's just best of both worlds. They're not gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt. They benefit each other.
Sometimes I prefer to get like a trumpet chart or something. Like sometimes their drum charts are like, bro, this is, who wrote this?
And so you know where
that's exactly right, Sam.
The whole sheet full of slashes.
Exactly. It's exactly what drum charts look like.
You guys seen the thing online? There's a circulating on social media. There's like it's the cowbell chart for Don't Fear the Reaper, and it's just a solid page of quarter notes. It's hilarious.
Dude, I play in a ska big band. It's like a 20-piece orchestra playing ska music, and I always say, can you just, if you don't have a drum chart, just give me the like lead trumpet part. And they always give me the piano part. And so it's ska, so it's just off beats, like the whole page down. I'm like, I can't read this, dude. Like, I'm lost in the first 4 bars. Like, give me something to follow. And they're just like, it's just off beats the whole time. Like, so stupid. Adam, were you going to say something? Sorry, we cut you off.
There's this Dave Elitch interview on a Tim Ferriss podcast. He talks about learning stuff, and he'll chart the whole thing, play it along with the whatever music he has, and then he'll lose the chart, just play it with the music, and then he'll lose the music and just play it with the chart. And then the last level is to play it by himself without a click and record himself. That's like his process of learning stuff. I like that.
Nice.
An amazing interview, that podcast. I listened to that thing like 10 times, man. It's so good. Cool. So much good stuff in there.
5 minutes.
Nice topic, Daryl. So I forgot to mention that I said that we were going to do that page on Wednesday, but I forgot that Adam is leading us on Wednesday. So Adam will have some stuff to bring up and talk about and all that stuff, and then lead our chops and coffee. So thank goodness. I don't have to prepare anything. I'm so happy about this.
Man, thank you, Corey. I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you all. Yeah.
And then also, Adam, if anyone you want to invite anybody or anything like that,
okay, cool. And where is it streaming?
It's on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
As Chops and Coffee or Drum Brigade?
It's on the Drum Brigade pages, but the title is Chops and Coffee.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So yeah, man.
Guys, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you guys. I hope you guys have a great week. Starting off our week right, and I'll see everyone on Wednesday. Adam leading us. Yeah, buddy. All right, guys.
Have a good one.